Good evening. Hello,
Good
all you
evening.
fine folks. It is Sunday evening, and I am here with Steve Cutler live to bring you some music and some reminiscing. We about a year ago, just a little over a year ago, less than a year and a week, I started jumping on the guitar bandwagon, and the person who was sitting there next to me and was willing to give me their advice and their time and their good nature. It was Mr. Stever here. He started helping me with my show, and then we started making music on BandLab.
Hell yeah.
And then I got so envious of your ability to play the guitar to my funky beats that I decided I had to be able to join you with that. And now my journey has brought us to here today.
All
And
right.
I can't thank you more, Mr. Stever. I
Well,
see Miss Angela in the stands here tonight, and definitely appreciate seeing some faces already. And yeah, I
hell,
figure right now we'll uh, we'll start out by doing a little bit of music and to see if we can keep how long we can keep the night rolling and feeling good. So tonight we're going to start with Mr. Stever, the head of the glitchy farm. So I will mute. Enjoy.
well, thanks, Drew. I'm really glad you decided to pick up the guitar because we need more guitar players. Obviously, there's only a few that I can think of. So the more the merrier. Let's see. Said it cost a lot to win and even more to lose. You and me gotta spend some time just wondering what to choose. And it goes to show you don't ever know. Watch each card you played and play it slow. Wait till that deal come round. Don't you let that deal go down, no. Well, I've been gambling here about 55 good solid years. And if I told you about all that went down, it'd probably burn off both your little ears. And it goes to show you don't ever know. And watch each card you play, children. Play 'em slow and wait till that deal come round. Don't let that deal go down, no. since you poured the wine for me and tightened up my shoes. I hate to leave you sitting there composing all the lonesome blues. Goes to show you don't ever know. Watch each card you play and play it slow. Wait till that deal come round. Don't you let that deal go down. I said, wait till that deal come round now. Don't you let that deal go down. I said, wait till that deal come round. Don't you let that deal go down. Wait till that deal come round. Don't let that deal go down. Wait till that deal come round now. Don't let that deal go down. I said, wait till that deal come round now. Don't let that deal go down. Wait till that deal come round. Don't let that deal go down. Wait till that deal come around now. Don't let that deal go down. No.
Dang, now that's how you set the tone.
That's
Man, I envy the loop pedal at this point. I now think I'm officially at a point where I'm like, I gotta get the loop in there.
Yeah,
The one man, one sound is fun and all, but if I could just have like do my own little bass line before, or like find something to play into the rhythm of and to keep me in rhythm, I'm sure would help me immensely at this point.
absolutely. If you get the metronome thing going, learning to play with that click going all the time, so you're always trying to be linked, locked into that rhythm with a division of some sort of whatever you're doing. Just you're dividing the beat up depending on how you're doing it. And as long as you have that like stable for 4 bars, you don't have to do it 4 times. You know what I mean? You do
Yeah,
that's all you need, and then
yeah,
you're off to the races. You know what I mean? And then you figure out the scales and the fucking noodles and shit, and you can get down.
that's it. I figure it's a lot easier than me sitting here trying to do some type of finger style or whatever. There was some type of pluck to be able to play multiple strings, which I enjoy doing that way as well. It's helped me. The only lesson I ever took was when I first started, and that was where I had some guy show me how to do the like. That's I had some guy show me that at a lesson one time at a free lesson,
Yeah.
and I've worked with that so much on the side. Like I sit here and I do songs when I stream typically, but it's like when I'm sitting here playing by myself, I'm sitting here trying to make sure I'm getting my fingers in the right place. Like if I'm going to play a chord where I'm
Personally, I think every single different technique that you can figure out is going to just make you a better player, no matter what it is. You figure out that fucking finger technique and get real smooth at that. That's fucking crazy and valuable later when you're trying to do like rhythmic things and trying to do like playing little lead lines or something with just three of your fingers and play a little arpeggio while you're maintaining that chunky rhythm thing at the same time. Like
Yeah.
I do that a bunch, and I'm trying to incorporate my fingertips with the pick, hybrid. Like my thumb and my index finger is virtually one unit. It holds the pick, and these three fingers need to operate fucking independently, and all of them need to operate independently rhythmically from each other, like for it to actually be functional and be able to work.
Something wow, yeah. See, and
Study
that's like I
some
still don't use a pick. I
Yeah.
still can't use a pick. I hate it. I don't know what it is. Unless I'm sitting there playing something where I have to go back and forth quickly,
Yeah.
I haven't found a good way to use it where I'm comfortable. But hold on one second.
All right. So how the people,
Well, the dogs have decided it is now wrestle time and growl behind me, so we're putting them outside.
all right, wrestle time.
Hey,
Ow.
Jorge, good to see you. Kelly, good to see you. Heck yeah. Oh, okay, that's already good. Hey, it says I'm at 100%, so maybe soon here I'll be able to switch over.
All right.
So I mean, like lately, I've been trying to find different places to play the same chords that I've been playing at the top, and just do as many different ones further down the guitar as I can, and then learn how to go from this one to that one. But also, I'm trying to work on. I'm starting. This was kind of like this week's goal was to start going from like this chord right here, and as I come up, switch chords to something that sounds right. That's a good switch up. But it's I'm not sure.
I think your best way to study that, Drew, really honestly, is to do the cage system and just learn all your different shapes, and you'll be like, it'll become second nature, like where you're like a, you know what I mean? You'll hear them like, that resolves right there. Or if you're trying to do, some combination of chords like a song, it's gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna resolve where you think it is in the proper shape, and then your hand's gonna know, I could just play it up here. I could play it while I'm close to it right here. If I do this or this.
That's it.
You know
like
that's
if I'm sitting here,
valuable.
like if I'm sitting here and I'm it's like being able to know where I can go, because this is the same.
That's what the cage teaches you.
Exactly. That's exactly what I've been trying to do.
All your first shape chords all have 4 different ways to play each one of those chords. And once you know those 4 different ways, you'll know all the places on the neck, because it moves you up and down, and you know what I mean, for the note. So you're like, here's an E. All right, what's the next way I can play an E? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm playing an E like this on the first fret, on the first form, I mean, second fret, right? And then the next one that I see is right here, which is just like this D, right? But that's just a different shape. It's the same thing. It's the same 3 notes, right? So, right? And then I'm like, the other one's right here too, like a D. And if you remember those are 2 chords that are totally voiced differently, but are like just right there, one movement apart.
Next to each other. Nice, clean sounds, close to each other. Exactly.
And that's a D, and that's like your folky. All your folky stuff is all. You know what I mean? It's all built around that little shape. So as long as you got your regular D like that, and you got your D like that. And then if you can do it, like my hand is just like stubborn. I'm like, no, this is my first finger right here. But it's like trying to maintain that when you're doing the D. it like I get lost. I'm like, my fingers can't do the D with using my pinky there, or hold a bar chord like that. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good.
Right? There's a few of
So
them
I go
that the
like
bar
that.
chords, I just, no matter how I try to do them as a bar chord, like a G as a bar chord, what a shitty chord to try. I
A,
hate
a,
doing it.
a G as a bar chord's easy because it's just your E. You just make the E with your back three fingers. Make the E like this with these fingers, and leave your first finger off the fretboard, like that. Here's the E, right?
Yeah.
Your first shape, and then just move it up to there and bar. Now
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
G.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. But I'm saying, like, if I'm trying to do a G chord, like, not the, I guess it's not called a G chord at that point. Like, as I'm sliding up, trying to hold my
Yeah.
finger in a G with my middle finger as where I would normally have my pointer to do the G. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm doing a G up here, oh, not
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So it's
I know
not
what
that
you
one. But
mean. Just like
yeah,
trying to
trying
switch
to trying to
between
get,
those two.
yeah,
Switching
trying to make
between that
my,
and that is tricky. But
yeah. I'm like,
that is the thing, like as far as I'm saying, like the cage, learning the cage method, because it forces you to figure out how do I switch from this E up here to this E up here and this E
yeah,
up here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, how do I do that quick enough to be in time with a fucking song that's more than 60 beats per minute? You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
really a struggle at first, but once you do it a whole bunch of times, like you're only a year into it, bro. Give yourself a fucking break. You know what I
No,
mean?
no.
I've been
I'm just
playing
happy to be able
25
to do
years
anything.
I've been playing 25 years and I still struggle with like elementary things that I should have mastered fucking long time ago. It's just the
But
way it
hey,
goes.
as I've gotten
We
a
learn what
year
we learn.
better, you have as well. And I remember listening to some of the ways you've done it. Now that you've had that looper for a while, that loop pedal, you've really started smashing with that thing. You kill it with that thing now.
It's just
Like
it's
you've
fun
really tied it
once you
in.
figure out how to fucking what you're doing. You know what I mean? Keeping like a little rhythm part fucking simple and adding a little bass note, fucking 3 notes and a bass thing and a reggae thing, and it's like, oh shit, that's fucking deep sounding. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's super easy, super hypnotic and fun to just trance out and fucking figure it out. you know?
You know what was funny the other night? I was trying to play "Achy Breaky Heart," which I absolutely can't play now. Just the down down up down. I cannot make my head slow down enough to do that now that I've done so many other things. Like my
Yeah.
head doesn't want to wrap around that slow of a rhythm anymore. I don't want to play like 70 beats per minute, 80 beats per minute. I'm like, man, my head just wants to just go for everything,
It's
and I have to
really
like remember
hard.
to.
It's really hard to place in a slow tempo and be
Mhm,
accurate and not fall off. Because
exactly.
everybody's heartbeat is, going. You're 70 something beats a fucking minute. So you're like, I gotta, gotta fucking everything wants to rush. But when you play something really sweet in like 3/4 time and it's fucking slow, like 50 fucking beats a fucking minute, you're like just creeping along. That shit can be just like the most beautiful stuff ever and so moving, but it can also just put you to fucking sleep too. So it's a fine line, Depends on
Right.
the intention, I think. Yeah.
Well, shoot. How about this? I'm gonna do one of my. This was essentially how I warmed up to getting moving, and I've kind of made every time I play, I change it a little bit more, and I kind of just do a little bit more just to get my hands moving. It allows me to do some plucking, some strumming, some moving my hands. So I'll just try this real quick while the computer just started again for the third time. So I'm still hopefully this will sound all right, and we'll you can tell me what your thoughts are after the
Hell
after.
yeah.
All right,
Um,
my friend.
how, how to unmute.
So essentially, just moving my fingers around to make it sound like something.
Hello. That was weird. I like disappeared and then I reappeared and then it was like, "Hey, do you want to join the channel? Is there something?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Pretty
trying."
sure. I thought I did.
I thought I was. All right.
Oh man, so that was definitely my first time playing for the day because my fingers were not cooperating like I wanted them to. But I think that went okay for just getting moving for the night. I'll be happy enough for now.
Yeah, man. I think the whole thing of just playing and trying different things all the time is just how you get better. And you just like you'll hear a thing or something that just makes you think, how the fuck you do that? What is that combination of notes? And you figure out how to do it, and then you own that. Now, you know what I mean? You're the one playing the thing right now, right? What you just played, you're doing it. So who the fuck is to say what the fuck it is or what it's not?
Yeah,
It's what you're doing. You know what I
that's
mean?
it. And
For
I love
good or
that, man. The
for
ability
good
to
or
just
for
be as
ill, you know?
creative as I want. That's my favorite part. Just be as creative as I want. That was so neat about when I would send you over a hip hop beat or like a
Yeah.
lo-fi beat or like an EDM beat, and you would find a way to play the guitar over it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even have been able to comprehend how to put the notes into the song to make them to make it seem like it comprehended. And you were playing these lead tunes over top of things, and it was like I was like, man, it sounds so good and it sounds so natural with what I'm doing that I was shocked. I didn't understand the possibility. You know, I usually when I hear hip hop and stuff, I hear the bass guitar, and I don't really think very much about electric guitar or acoustic guitar. But the way that you were able to put them in there, it was like, oh, okay, so it's possible, and I want to try and be a part of that.
That's the thing about like beats like that, is the fact that you can just keep reimagining whatever the hell it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? And as far as like lead guitar is just not featured in hip hop music, you know, so
Not at all.
you just don't hear it. And when it is there, you're like, damn, that was fucking cool. What is that? You know, Beastie Boys would do that shit and have crunchy guitars. Like, fuck yeah, that No Sleep Till Brooklyn and Brass Monkey and just that funky fucking nasty synth behind it and stuff is just, that's classic shit, man. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
And that's what I figure. Slide guitar goes on everything. It's like, it's like fucking strawberry jam. You know what I'm saying? You can put that shit on everything and it tastes good because it's jam. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what slide guitar sounds like to me. The most Delta blues thing in the world to the most industrial fucking metal fucking thrash punk death shit that you can imagine, some slide guitar still sounds fucking bitchin' over it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's crazy how that works, but I figured that out at a government mule show years ago. It was like, oh, like that's why that works so well, because slide guitar goes on everything. I should make t-shirts that say that, you know, fucking slide.
Right. That's it, you know, it does seem like something that that could work.
Yeah, because like who can contest that? Who can say, you know, that doesn't work? Like, no, it does every time. If the guy's good, if the good slide player, you got Derek Trucks or something, you know, he's gonna fucking murder it every single time, no matter what the genre. Georgie's over in my chat. I got it going to my thing too now, so that's cool. George. Hola. All right. All right, Drew's getting it together. I can see he's got orange microphone. He's got an intent look on his face, like something's gonna happen. And let's see what Mike thinks about that. Mike is he's figuring he's gonna spark up. Let's see.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. All right. Now I'm on a computer and have a real microphone. Hooray!
That's amazing.
Okay.
Technology, bro.
That's it. It only took me 45 minutes to get my computer to turn on. Isn't that amazing?
Technology.
Look, you said you probably talk a lot when you drink. I said, no, you're just an awful drunk.
No, I'm just a jerk. I'm not a fun drinker. Like, I'm fun for like the first 3 beers, and then I turn into the obnoxious jerk. And nobody. I'm not good. I never was. That's why it's been like what, 6-7 years.
Yeah, see,
it's been a while.
Like I'm the like complete lightweight. Like if I have more than 6 beers at any sitting, I'll be like ready for bed, like smoke a fatty, and then all right, good night, everybody. Fucking. I'm super friendly and happy, and you know I want to give everybody hugs and love and stuff, but I should just go lay down because.
That's 3 beer Drew.
I talk
3
too
beer
much.
Drew is, hey, what's up, y'all? Like, yeah. And then there becomes like 12 beer Drew, and then there's liquor Drew, and nobody likes liquor Drew.
No, even whiskey drunk, tripping face Stever is still okay to be around. He just won't shut the fuck up. That's about it. You know,
See,
he's talking about metaphysics and shit.
Yeah. I visit the fun guy, and I'll never stop talking.
Yeah, exactly. I am the same way. But you could do the same thing with 4 beers for me. I just won't shut the fuck up.
I feel like that's most people when they drink.
Right.
And that's why people drink, is just to have less inhibition and stuff and open up. But
Right.
I'm already uninhibited anyway, so it's kind of a tricky.
I don't need much help.
I need a lot of help in that area. I'm going to be one of those men who, if I make it to my late 70s, will be walking around pantsless and saying, "Fuck you if you don't like it."
Yeah, I don't care anyway. What are you going to
Get
do
the
to
fuck
me?
out of my yard.
Steve in his dirty white pants, dirty white undies, just walking around in the front yard with
Just walking around the front
beer and
yard
a
with a
guitar. Get out of
guitar
here,
in
you
one hand
nasty
and a whiskey bottle in the other. Like, you goddamn kids. Quit stealing my weed.
Oh shoot. Well, how about this? You can go back in and bring the mood back up, and I'll prepare for an actual song now.
All right, I will play another song.
Awesome. I'm gonna grab a water while you do such.
I can remember the words. Let's see. All right, that didn't work at all. Sweet. Let's try it again. Ready? Oh, that's why. You guys can hear it, but I can't. Everything is free now. That's what they say. Everything I ever done, gonna give it away. Someone hit the big score. They figured it out, that we're gonna do it anyway, even if it doesn't pay. Everything is free now. That's what they say. And everything I ever done, gonna give it away. Someone hit the big score. They figured it out, that we're gonna do it anyway, even if it doesn't pay. I wake up every morning humming a song. I don't have to run around, I'll just stay home and sing a little love song, my love to myself. If there's something that you want to hear, you can sing it to yourself. I could get a tip jar, gas up the car, try to make a little change down at the bar. I could get a straight job, I've done it before. I never minded working hard, it was always who I'm working for. Everything is free now, that's what I say. But I don't have to run around or listen to the words in my head. Oh, Mike. All right. That was a Gillian Welch song. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. With a faulty start, you know. All right. Are you still? I think you're still muted, sir. You're muted. You're mine. Yeah.
Great job, my friend. I say the just heads up, your vocals are higher than your guitar. I don't know if that's something you can change. Mine is just a big blob of sound.
Absolutely can do that. Okay. Let's see. Tell me if this is more normal. Is this closer?
That's much more equal. Yeah, now they sound comparable. Now your vocals and guitar sound comparable.
Okay. Sweet.
Awesome.
Excellent. Well, play us a song, Drew.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm going to start with one that's fairly easy and nice and campfirey. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Move back a little bit here. Let me try something there. Sorry, I'm short, so my short little leg doesn't sit up high enough to hold the guitar on my leg, apparently. Here, let me try this one. The other day I taped this one so that it would stay on my leg. There's a spinner in the works, you know you gotta step up your game to make it to the top. So go home. Got a little competition now, you're gonna find it hard to cope with living on your own. Let's make this happen, girl. We're gonna show the world that something good can work, and it can work for you. And you know that it will. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up. It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want. Took a little time to make a little better. It's only going up, just one thing and another, you know. You know. Took a little time to make a little better. It's only going up, just one thing and another, you know. You know. Let's make this happen, girl. We're gonna show the world that something that can work, and it can work for you. And you know that it will. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up, It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want. Let's make this happen, girl. We're gonna show the world that something good can work, and it can work for you. And you know that it will. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up, It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want. Let's make this happen, girl. We're gonna show the world that something good can work, and it can work for you. And you know that it will. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up, It's been a lot to change, but you will always get what you want. And that is Two Door Cinema Club. Something good can work. Oh, God. You muted? Oh. Did I mute you? Unmute. Oh, because they chose themselves muted. Okay. It will not let me unmute you.
Stupid.
There it is. Hey.
It's stupid. It won't let me unmute. God damn it.
I say it was sitting there telling me it wouldn't let me unmute you either. I'm like, since when? It's never the case.
I was like, fuck you.
Oh.
Excellent. That was a cute song. I like that one.
See, what's funny about that is if you slow down all of their songs, like all of their songs are just Sinatra songs played really, really fast.
Cool.
Yeah, I was like, I started going through and looking at the progressions, and I was playing some Sinatra songs, and I was like, wow, these are the exact same progressions, only campfire style, just play really fast.
Yeah. That's awesome. There's nothing new under the sun,
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm like, every time I hear something I play it, I'm like, wow, that sounds a lot like this. Oh, this sounds a lot like this. It's like, how many times have I started playing something and just be like, oh, that's this. Like, what's the one I was playing with the other day? I was like, oh, that's the beginning of a Pink Floyd song. Like, hey.
Yep. I know that one.
See? And that's it. And someday I'll be able to play those. I've learned 3 Pink Floyd songs so far. One of them was Another Brick in the Wall, because that's basically the easiest one to play. What was it? Wish You Were Here, and High Hopes. Those are my 3 Pink Floyds.
Yeah,
Heck
we
yeah.
used to play that all the time. That's a good one.
Yeah, see, I like that. And it's fun just finding that stuff on accident as I'm just sitting here pissing around. I was like, I found Furry Lease the other day. I was like, oh, that's all that is. That's all on the E string, huh? It's all in the key of E.
Yep. So many things like that. That's what I mean. Figuring out little melody,
Yeah.
and how to do all the different chord shapes is all you really need, and you can do all kinds of stuff.
Here's one. That C add 9. That what is it?
Yeah.
4th fret. And then that was that one you told me, here, learn this one. I just learned this one when I first started playing. You're like, try this one. You really have to stretch your hands. I couldn't do that thing for like 2.5 months. It took me like 2 months to get my fingers to be able to do that. And to play that song, Satellite, I still can't get my fingers to progress between those 3 chords. For the whole song is basically 3
Dude,
chords.
you know what? You know what's even harder than that? Check this one out. Right? That chord?
The Hendrix? No, that's not the Hendrix one. That's
add 9 chord, same thing, but it's now it's C sharp add 9.
Okay, C sharp add 9. Okay.
So the Police song.
Oh, that was painful.
Just a castaway, a pirate left at sea. Oh, more loneliness than any man could bear.
And it's not hard progression, it's just hard chord.
The hard part is when it goes, I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. So that's just C sharp minor and A major. Message in a bottle, and then it goes to F sharp again. And then it gets good. You got to go right back. That took me about a week to figure out, to master, and I still haven't mastered it. I got it under my fingers. The trick is to not squeeze hard with your thumb and let your fingers do what they're going to do. Like the first one is like, okay, stretch it out. And then when you get over to here, there's no way you can maintain that stretch and get it in the right spot every time. So I figured out, I go, and then I move, and then I adjust.
Then adjust.
But oh my
God. I like
God.
finding when I can keep one finger down and use that finger to keep me in place so that when I go to the next one, I can feel where that fret is. So I have like a better chance of hitting it, but that's still one of those tough ones, getting in between. Even like when I do my, like, turn everything into playing along the E, just play everything as an E bar.
Yeah.
Like everything as an E bar. Like when I do that, like I'll be playing, like going from guitar to guitar and trying to do that. I'll be like completely missing the bar because my fingers have memorized one guitar. And they're just slight differences. And I go to put my fingers where I think they're supposed to be, like, oh, no, I'm playing on the wrong guitar.
You got to figure it out, too, because, like, the distance between the strings is also changed now. The distance between is all different. You know what I mean? The radius, the curve of the neck, how the strings hit your fingers across the neck, all of that is adjustable. So you can really dial it in beautiful when you have a nice guitar. You can just get it exactly so it's effortless. That's why dudes who look like they fly.
This guitar, but it's small. It's a thin line Yamaha.
Yeah.
So it's barely above like a parlor guitar. But it's full. It's a full size. It has everything. The only reason I like it is it has the cutout right here and it has the tuner on it. So I don't have to screw around. The tuner's right there. I don't have to screw around, and it's convenient. But the strings are so close together compared to all my other guitars. Like the neck is very narrow up here at the top. So like when I'm sitting here trying to do certain chords and stuff, like I'll be trying to change, and no matter how far I put my finger down the string, my fingernail will sit there and vibrate against the string above it. Like I try and try and try, but as I'm moving, it's like, and I hear it immediately. And I'll go back and listen and be like, oh, you can't really tell, but I hear it. Like I hear it now.
That is the thing about the technique, like figuring out, you know, finger position at first, just to play a fucking A chord like that with your three last fingers like that and nail it every time and have it be sweet. No buzzes, no nothing, is like that took a fucking minute. I remember struggling with that, being like, I can do it with 2 of the fingers on the A. It works every time. I can nail those 2 top ones, which is an A sus2, by the way. So that's
which is funny because I've started doing my A just 2 fingers. I just turn my hand up this way and I press.
Do it with your second 2 fingers. Do it with your second 2 fingers. Leave your index out of the whole fucking equation when you're doing your root chords. Play all of your root chords. Use your last 3 fingers to do that and get good at that, because that's going to be later on down the road. You're going to be like, thanks, Steve, because you just made it possible for me to do all kinds of other things. Yeah, it's the way you do it. Like I was saying, like I hate holding a fucking D chord like this. I can't hardly do it, man. My pinky does not want to fucking hold that down. I can do it, but it's not comfortable. So it
doesn't feel good.
And that's cheating myself, because if you do it with this, then it frees you up to do different things with your middle finger that you couldn't fucking do. So it's like and your ring finger. So it's like,
you know what's funny on this guitar? The spacing is so much shorter than my other guitars that when I'm going and playing the scale, I'll bring my pinky to do everything, just because they're so close together for where my hand normally be. I can either use this finger to do both, or I can use my pinky. But I really feel comfortable using my pinky for a lot of stuff. Like I don't know if that's
a really good
helpful
starting point. That's a great starting point. Starting a scale with that note, like start a scale with your pinky, you know, and then Plus, there's all kinds of crazy sweepy things that happen after a while too, like where you can do weird shit that you can't really do. You're like,
the one you were telling me when I first started, it was like that's the first day I was playing. You're like, the things you need to learn most of all is being able to move up and down the strings. And you said being able to take each finger and hit each.
Yep. That develops dexterity.
And it's like, I get better and better every time I do it. That was pretty awful right there, only because I haven't done it in a little bit. But like now that I've worked on it a little bit, going up and then back down and back and up, and it's like just trying to consistently do that back and forth. And then I sit there and I listen to how many songs actually follow those types of bounces. Like I think of like all the like the Rage Against the Machine songs. They're so simple. Like those, they say even that, like back then we weren't even really good musicians. We were kind of just some kids with guitars and instruments in our hands.
Yeah.
And so he's like
making cool hooks.
And it's like, it's just moving along those simple scales. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's not hard at all.
It's no different than anything else, dude. Like like the Miss You Rolling Stones. That's old school. The little power chord things. Like Keith Richards is like fucking genius with that shit, dude. Just playing open chords.
Yeah.
And just you know what I mean? It's just like simple little shit where he's just like simple chord changes that just sound fucking badass when you have
Right. It's so fun finding them too. Like really finding progressions that really sound right next to each other. Like which ones, because they don't all sound good. You can't just go from note to note. You'll change the entire tone of the song, you know?
Yeah, there's a thing called a key center that you follow, you know, and that's basically it. You can have a song that can kind of meander through a couple of keys, but the fucking main body of the song, like Eyes of the World, is that's your key center right there. That E major seventh sound is that's this one. So it's the fourth fret E string, the sixth, seventh fret A string, and the sixth fret D string, and then all of the strings you just bar it across.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Like that. Yeah, it's awkward.
Oh wow, that's a stretch.
Yeah,
that's an awkward one. You are kidding. That's just going into the B minor.
So no, that's the same E7.
E7, yeah, just down to the next one.
E major 7, like that.
Yeah.
This is the same chord. It's just
on the next pattern.
Just over here now. And then you can go like this, where it's just those 3 or these 4. That's also the E major 7, which is like super sweet.
That's it. I love that one. I like playing.
You can play it over here as well.
And you said E major 7, so that would be what?
So it's basically this. You're just barring all the way across, right here, across the 4th fret.
Well, right? Yeah, no, the one above that. What was the one you said was before that one? Up at the tip top?
Like this? Or which one are you? Oh, up here. It's the 11th fret, 12th fret, 13th fret, 14th fret.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's just that same as if I was doing a B minor up here.
Yes, it's the same as
a B minor. Way the hell down here.
Same as a B minor, but you're just the middle of it is right on the double dots on the 12th fret.
Okay.
Yep. So that, like, Eyes of the World is just that, and that A that's right there that looks like a D. That's 2 frets down. So you're
seventh fret D, yeah.
And then this B minor, which looks just like a D minor, except for it's on the 12th fret.
Down the 12th fret, yeah.
So the 10th starts on the 10th fret, but yeah. And then A. Now you're at the beginning of it again. It's just that E and an A is the whole fucking monster groove. And then when it changes, it goes to B minor, A, E, like that. So it's like if you just practice that, you've got like the majority of the song. There's only like a little bit more to know besides that.
Man.
And that's a fairly fucking complicated Dead song. You know what I mean? There's other changes in there that could confuse you, but like they're already chords that you fucking know. So it's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just where you're playing.
You get the
them.
song
Yeah.
in your head, and you're like, okay, this is how it goes. Like, and it becomes common sense after a while. You're like, okay, once you figure out the roadmap of any song, you're like, oh, duh, that's how it goes. You know what I mean? It just it clicks after a while. I think it does in my head anyway. I'm like, oh, why didn't I know that? Why didn't I anticipate that change? I knew it was going to do that. I knew it was going to that chord, you know, in my head, because I know the song even without playing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can anticipate it and shit. Like you get good at listening to music. Like you can tell what the changes are. You're like, oh, that was interesting. What the fuck happened right there? You know, like
that's definitely the upside to me when I know a song that I'm trying to play, as opposed to one I'm just trying to play because I know I can.
Yeah.
Because if I know the song, I'll hit in time and do everything just right. Where if I don't, I just kind of have to push through some songs. And
that's what I love. I love that about music, especially like playing live streams when people are just like shouting at you to play fucking songs that you would never, ever fucking play. It's like, okay.
I don't know how many times I played Tennessee Whiskey. I didn't even know the song. I literally didn't even know the song.
It's just hilarious because like people are like, wow, that was different. You know, like, well, I had no kind of preconception about what it is. All I see is a list of chords. They change like this. I'm going to sing it like this against that melody. And for fucking better or worse, here's the version. You know what I mean?
That's it. Once I learned that I sing best in the key of E, I took out the tuner and I sung. And every time I would sing just what felt right coming out of my voice, it was an E. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, so my I, so my A. So I'm like, between A and E are my two tones, a baritone, a bass to a tenor. So I'm like, man, if I just play everything in that E along that A and that E string, and all the top notes always start up at the top here like a power chord, then it should be easier for me to sing. And so that definitely helped me get through a lot of my earlier songs, because instead of just sitting here trying to make my fingers do the chord progressions like here, A. Now I can go through them, no problem. But before, it was much easier for me to just go A, B, C, you know. That solves a whole lot of problems when I don't have to think about it quite so much.
There's a lot of songs that go like that. There's a lot of songs that go like that.
Yeah, there sure are.
Like that. Right? That's just F sharp and G. Yep. Power chords. And then when it changes, go ask Alice. I think she'll know. So it just changes it's just like the same kind of power chords that you're saying. Like
yeah. And I just do it as an E. I just do the power chords as an E or an A minor at most of the time, and they come out and they sound almost identical. Or like as a sus. Like just start on the second string down and play everything as like a sus. And you know, like here, it's not a perfect D, but it's a D.
All you have to know is that to have a chord, it needs 3 notes. That's
a root, a third, and a fifth.
Exactly. And you're fucking good. If you got that, then you're playing a chord. If you're not playing 3 notes, you're not playing a chord. You're playing a dyad.
A dyad or a biad.
There's dyads or triads. You know what I mean? And that's basically your meat and potatoes of guitar. And
it was funny when I found that thing where it said all the old guitar players, the reason that they were able to do the solo so easy is because they would just sit right down here on these bottom 3 strings. Major, minor, suspended 4,
diminished.
It was like that. I'm like, oh, so all of these are just changing one finger
Yes, that's what I was saying about like folk songs, and a lot of folk songs are written in the key of D, right? Because
Yes.
that's the easiest, most accessible thing to fucking access, and you have all those notes around it to
There's
play
so
the
many
melody.
D's. There's
So
so many
simple.
D's too.
There's well for every D, there's just as many every other chord. You just got to know where they are. That's it. And
Well,
they're all around each other, like in a circle. So
B
like
and F, B and F, I've found are some funky ones occasionally, but they're just the same. If you're at like the B flat's just the same as the A sharp, as all that.
B flat and A sharp is the same thing. It's just how you approach it, like what you're gonna call one or the other. That's all.
Exactly. And so like when I go from A sharp B flat to and then go from B to C, obviously there's no flats or sharps in between. So it's just whichever direction you're coming from determines what note what chord that becomes.
Yeah,
And it's like getting your ear to understand which one. That's still one of those ones I work on quite a bit.
that's why I think learning the melodies to everything, like every little fucking theme, every little thing that you can think of, fucking, you know, do, I'm loving it, fucking whatever it is. There's all these different little reoccurring fucking themes and little melodies like that are this big that if you get them under your fingers, they're all yours now. And that's all vocabulary when you're trying to play a solo and make it interesting. And you start fucking quoting, I'm loving it, or fucking Burger King fucking commercial, whatever the fuck. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's just clever. It's just like, listen to people like Tommy Emmanuel and listen to how fucking clever, and he quotes little bits of fucking other things just all the time. That's what he does. He just like, here's a little fucking, you know, Tchaikovsky, like dun, 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 and you know, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And it rings in your head because you know that it's a classical fucking motif that he just played, and you got to figure out what it was. Like, name that tune, you know what I mean? He's playing his set like that, where it's just riddled with all these fucking cool ass musical fucking things and commercials and theme songs and fucking movie and television shit. You know what I mean? That's just all programmed into us already. So like you just access it and people just smile when you hear the fucking theme to My Three Sons or something in a fucking jam.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, that's
My
fucking...
Three Sons, you old son of a gun.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking
How many
about.
people even know My Three Sons?
Right?
Well, maybe in this chat we'd probably be safe
Yeah.
with people knowing, but
Yeah.
like people my age, I don't even know
Well,
if
you're
anybody
right.
my age knows that show.
Mm.
We've got Me TV on the free channels with the digital antenna,
Yeah.
and that keeps me quite happy being able to watch old shows like Perry Mason and Leave It to Beaver and My Three Sons and
That's really funny. Like, you know, if I say Ernest Borgnine, you know what I'm talking about.
oh, of course,
That's
of
amazing.
course.
That guy's fucking been...
I'm the dork. I'm the
crazy.
dork who watches all that old stuff, and it just I can't get my head out of it. I love that stuff. It's
I
absolutely.
love it too. I'm really fucking mad at everybody in media though, like, you know, and movies and TV and just this whole machine to control us all has been so effective, and they got it down to a science now. They can control everyone all at once, all of us. Like, oh, you know, even the people who are like, fuck you, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? Still, you're within the fucking parameters. They're controlling all this shit. You ain't driving nowhere. You ain't flying nowhere. Fucking, that's crazy, bro. They fucking, for 75 fucking years, have been fine tuning this little motherfucker with a fucking screwdriver, a little tiny screwdriver, to get it just right so everybody would follow a directive. And we did. Everybody fucking did, whether they wanted to or not. And they know that now, bro. It's bad. That's fucking not good. I never thought I'd see something that like, you know, outrageously bold by the people that fucking run the shit. You know what I mean? Just like,
Right.
oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna see how we can corral this whole motherfucker up right now. And they did it.
Well, hey, you know what? If it wouldn't have been for being a young kid who was really just anti everything, I was just anti-establishment even as a young kid, and I was one of those kids that was listening to Alex Jones 2.5 decades ago. You know, like I was a little
Yeah.
kid listening to him, and he was talking about the 2030 agenda.
Yep.
Way back then.
Yep.
And it's
I
like
know.
you can still get on. You can look up the UN 2030 agenda. They don't even hide this stuff. So
It's not hidden at all. That's what I mean. And the way that the whole fucking P word fucking played out is just an example of what I'm talking about. That's why I'm pissed off. You got to ruin all my fucking fun memories, all the fucking funny
all the
programming,
actors
all
that
the
used to
goofy,
be people
all
that
the
I
actors,
cherished,
yes,
that are now just
are just
complete freaking
shithead
a-holes. Like
idiots.
where, like you just go act or be a comedian or be a talk show host,
Right.
whatever it is you do, and keep your opinions to yourself because you don't have good ones.
That's my point. Is like, I will shut the fuck up. If you want me to play music for you, I'll play music for you. I'm not talking about all this shit because you guys are just fucked if you fucking still are invested in all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just past it. I'm just like, that's the old shit back there from the before times. I'm not fucking around with any of that shit anymore. I'm doing Steve and Lucky now. This is what the fucking shit is. That's it. And I'm going to help anybody I can along the way because that's kind of people we are. And that's it.
And I can verify that. I can personally verify they will help you. When I met them, I was coming on and watching your guys' shows and just enjoying following you, and I said, "Hey guys, I got an idea for a show. You guys willing to give me a hand?" And you guys walked me through, walked me right up to the plate and helped me round the bases and everything. Now we've got a 25 show thing. They're timeless episodes, well, probably like 24 of them are timeless. There's probably a couple of them that we could probably disappear forever, but most of them came out very well and they're timeless. You could go back and watch them anytime and learn what you need to know. And we did that together. We all did that together, and it was a beautiful project. We didn't get a great viewer. It didn't grow or anything, but now that I know those videos are out there, and
it's still a thing you can shop. Yeah, it's still a thing you can direct people to. That's a resource. We created a resource, and a lasting one. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. And there's so much good information. I spent so much time. I treated it just like a college essay. Every week I would dig, and then I would create those outlines, and I'd really put myself into it. And look, when that wasn't what was the world meant to me, we went to music, and now look, now it's transformed.
Yeah, man. That's the fucking beauty of it.
Well, shoot, how about this? I played last, right? So it would be your turn.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna mute down, and I'll let you.
All right, my levels are okay now. The guitar sounds okay. All right. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Well, I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada down at Trader Vic's. His hair was perfect. I seen a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. He was walking down the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Lee ho fucks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Yeah. Ooh, werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. Leo, stop barking. Hear 'em howling around your kitchen door. Said you better not let 'em in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. How werewolves of London. How he's a hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Hey, I said lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. Better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out. Jim, I'd like to meet Liz Taylor. Ah, ooh, werewolves in London. Ah, ooh, come on. Ah, ooh, werewolves of London. All right. That was a Warren Zevon song. I think Drew's still muted.
Oh, I think Leo was trying to be the werewolf, is what they were saying there.
Yeah, he was. he was
He thought you were calling to him.
He was werewolfing out hard. I think the neighbors, Miss Val next door, was like knocking on the door, and it sent him off into a frenzy.
Oh shit!
Lady Alex,
keeping me awake, Stever.
No, they never complain. Those guys.
That's awesome. Well, I can't beat that then.
I know their kitchen is right there, bro. It's like behind the mushroom forest and everything.
Well, see, if you sucked, they probably would be disappointed. But you play like relaxing music in an acoustic style. It's kind of hard to. It's not like you're shaking the walls or anything.
Yeah, it's not like when I was younger and had like, big loud amps with crunchy. I mean, I still can do that. I just do it less, I guess, now than I did. It's more fun to do when you have drums. That's
yes.
Now I'm I've got a plan. I'm working on a plan. I'm working on a scheme. Steve Tour will be coming to a city near you, and there will be
I
drums.
like my Alisa set. That thing is really fun to sit there and use my kick and my hi-hat pedal, and I can change the hi-hat to all kinds of sounds. So I've been sitting there trying to play the guitar while doing my feet to keep my rhythm with my feet. So I'm
Yeah.
stomping to keep my rhythm, and I've tried incorporating a harmonica into my mouth at the same time too. So I have a key of for all the way from A all the way to G in harmonicas.
Yeah.
So I just stick it in my mouth and I choose the notes by sliding my tongue back and forth on it because I don't have one of those things that I can go like this on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just use my tongue. Heck with it. I mean, yeah, I got to wash it out when I'm done, but
Got to wash it out anyway. It's a
yeah, it's
harmonica.
gross regardless. You get done, it's gross.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I like how Jeff King does it with his kick and hi-hat
yes,
thing.
that's where I got inspired for that. Yeah,
Fuck, he fucking kills that. It sounds
he's so
tight
good.
as-
And when he sets
tight
his
as
second,
shit.
he has the kick, and then he'll make like the second one be like a clap sometimes, or like a
Yeah.
snap of fingers, or a boom boom.
Yeah, just
boom,
different
You know, he'll
tones.
like make a sound.
Yep.
I love that. It's creative.
so
It's
fun.
different.
It is. I'm gonna incorporate certain things like that. I think if I just have the have one of the, they have the kicks where it's just a wooden block on the floor and it's just mic'd down,
Yes.
because my foot never stops, bro. It's just
Yes. Yeah. My feet are already going regardless.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's ideal for what I'm doing already. And I want to be able to have it so that I can do the tabletop thing where people like can cue different things. I can do vocal loop stuff and cue it with my hand, just touching it on the table to, you know what I mean? So I don't need more stuff on the floor in front of me. I need a fucking button I can press that's just on the microphone stand or whatever. I don't know. A little unit like that. They make those little Boss it's like it's very similar to the Lexicon Jam Man, but it's a Boss one that they have now. It's like a red unit. It's really sweet, but they're like fucking $339 or something.
Yeah, and it's only like this big.
But it's little. It's only like this big, but it's like it has full MIDI implementation. So you just take the MacBook, connect it to that, and now I have every sound under the fucking sun at my fingertips that I can make my own drum set out of fucking elephants and fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy shit. So that's
fun. I love that. That's why
if I'm gonna play myself, if I'm just gonna do solo shows and stuff, doing lots of looping and stuff, fuck yeah, give me all the different sounds because I'm gonna make it as weird as possible and as as cool and trancy and fucking
See, that's why I love that Novation board, that DJ with the two spinning heads. It's got four samples on each side. It can go from sample to loop to it has like these weird like 1, 2, 3 like stuff like that just preloaded on it. But then I can literally sit here on the board, and as I'm doing something, I can be sitting here playing, and like you said, all I can do is twist the knob, hit enter, and it puts the other song up to there. Now, the next time I move my hand, all I got to do is slide the adjuster over, and I can move right into the other song, and it never skips a beat. I can just keep on going through. And trying to keep up with that type of shit, it really helps me behind that because it's like I'm not there yet, but I try.
No, that's awesome. I think that would be even that kind of that sort of tool. If I had like a little fucking desk that had fucking groovy toys, because I used to have I still have a Korg K oscillator. You ever see one of those? It's a synthesizer that you play with your fingertip. It's just
exactly.
It's got a touchpad,
like the Akai and stuff. Like there's a bunch of really cool ones.
Yeah, the K oscillator is the one that I had, and it's fucking rad, dude. There's so many different ones. Yeah, this
one is it's little. I mean, it's tiny. It's as big as a keyboard, and it has everything that you need to do. Like basically, this is the one I got for Malachi.
Nice,
and it's super. It does a light show. It can control You can run like there's so many different programs you can run on it.
Yeah.
Like it's fantastic. And
Those
it's
are dope.
literally just this big.
Yep.
And I can sit here and to change it, the song, all I do is I turn this and then press 1 or 2 to determine which side it goes on to. And then to switch between the two, I just slide it.
Yeah.
Bam.
That's
And
sick.
you can change and create different songs and like be partway through and change your loop. But I have to set it all up pre-hand on like where yours, you can sit there and hit the loop. Okay, now I can play to that loop now.
Yeah.
I need something that's more in the moment than that.
That RC one that I was just talking about, the red one, the Boss one, it has MIDI in and out, so you can connect it to the computer, and it has like all these different things like a stutter effect. So like when you're playing, you can make it. You can fucking just like all kinds of crazy fucking like shit you can do with it. So crazy. I was like checking it out, like, damn, this thing is fucking stupid. Like all kinds of cool shit. And that's what I'm all about. I'm like, I want to make like the biggest, funkiest, danceable fucking grooves for people they're just like, how is this even possible that one person could make something as fucking funky? You know,
exactly.
And just get a bunch
it's crazy
of heads
how many
fucking...
people have really created a path towards that. There's so many people with so many creative ways of going about it these days.
There's a lot of really good loopy people, man. There's a lot of really good ones. Really good. I mean, I got turned on to it in the 90s by Keller Williams. He was the first person I saw.
I remember Keller Williams.
And he's just fucking, he's ridiculous to this day. He's better than he ever was. And Zach Deputy, watching him do his thing, and a couple other cats that were doing a Talking Heads thing where they were actually using beats that they made out of actual Talking Heads tracks. So the drums sounded like the drums, the bass, like it was fucking jaw-droppingly good too. And it wasn't just like a straight Talking Heads song. Like they would do like, you know, Under the Water, Carry the Water, fucking right. They do that, and it would just be the most trippy fucking shit with all these crazy like movie samples and the sounds of whales and just so deep. The mix was just like insane, and they would do like, it would break down to like some fucking breakbeat shit with the fucking some kind of hip hop fucking flavor, you know what I mean? Where dude would just like freestyle a bunch of fucking crazy shit that was like all kind of like a combination of Talking Heads lyrics and like stream of consciousness, you know what I mean? Like making it
interesting.
Fucking super good. I was like, damn, I hope this shit catches on because they're fucking dynamite. And it was just like a live thing that I saw at a festival. They're just grooving.
It's funny. I swear the best music I've ever heard in my life has never heard a radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never seen a radio.
Absolutely.
Best bands I've ever seen in my life that put more into it. The best heavy metal bands I've ever seen. I've never seen on an album shelf. Like it's always been like that.
That's just like a standard thing, man. It's like the overpopulation of people doing it drown out all these brilliant fucking things. You know what I mean? That unless you're local to it, you'll never know. And it'll be a story 20 years from then, you know, like, oh, I saw this fucking band. They were,
you remember this band? Yeah, exactly.
I have that story for going to see Chakra in Providence, and they were fucking unbelievable. This band Chakra, they were like a reggae ska kind of fucking rock and roll, and they could get really metal at times, and they were just like heavy reggae, you know what I'm saying? It was like it would just drop into this reggae beat, and then they would and then it was like, oh my god, it was like 311 before there was ever a fucking thought of 311. You know what I mean? It was fucking bad. I was like, these guys are amazing. There's a bunch of their music on archive.org that people can.
Archive.org. Okay, good. Well, I just wrote their name down. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
It looks just like it sounds. Shock.
Okay.
Chakra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find them. Now I'm curious because that sounds exactly like reggae with some metal and some interesting. That sounds like exactly what I'm aiming for.
They were super hybrid, like damn thing. And it seemed like the last couple times I saw them, like their whatever they were working on at a time when the band broke up, that's when they were really metal. When I saw them before that, they were just like really laid back, and it was like powerful rockin' fucking reggae. You know what I mean? Like you could tell that they could just really fucking bring it if they wanted to and get really metal. And then like the last record that I heard of theirs was like, damn, this shit's good. I wish I could remember the name of that record because
Well, now I'm gonna have to seek it out.
Yeah. I don't even know if it got released or anything. You know what I mean? It was like Providence, Rhode Island. A lot of fucking good music there.
Hi, Donna.
Donna, hello. Hello from Tennessee. Hello from
Well,
Connecticut.
how about this? How about I do? I'll do one that's one of the first ones I felt comfortable with because it was something that I actually knew. And it's funny because Lala actually told me the other day, she's like, I think I like the way you do it better than the original, which I don't know if I'd go that far, but I like it. I like the ego boost. My head needed it.
Just learn to just take the compliment and move on because you'll get some people will say stuff to you and you're like, get the fuck out of here. And then you just go out. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Elvis had it down. Just thank you very much, baby.
Thank you very much. Oh man. All right. Well then here, let me give this a shot real quick. Okay. There we go. She calls me Goliath and aware a day for mess. Guess the storms are coming too fast for her now. You know I like to believe this nervousness will pass. All the storms that blow are building up a wall. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my girl. I like to believe we could reconcile the past, resurrect those bridges burnt with an ancient glance. But my old stone face can't seem to bring her down. She remembers bridges, burns them to the ground. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my girl. Too heavy, too black, too heavy, too light, too black, too white, too wrong, too right, too damn tonight. Cumbersome, too rich or too poor. She's wanting me less and I'm wanting more. The bitter taste is cumbersome. Oh yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. No, no, no. Yeah. There is a balance between two worlds, one with an arrow and a cross. Regardless of the balance, life has become cumbersome. Too heavy, too light, too black and too white, too wrong or too right, too damn tonight, cumbersome. Too rich and too poor, she's wanting me less and I'm wanting her more. Bitter taste is cumbersome. Oh yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. No, 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 yeah. Your life has become cumbersome. All right.
Hell yeah.
So that's it, just playing along that E and playing that E bar all the way up and down the neck and solving all kinds of problems.
I like it. I like it.
Well, heck, might as well keep the music going. I'm sure we've yacked enough at this point. Might as well entertain now for another, want to go another 20 minutes? We'll just see.
Yeah.
And if at the end of 20 minutes we feel like playing anything else, we will. If not, we'll call it good.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Forward yesterday makes me wanna stay. What they said was real makes me wanna steal. Living under house, yes, I'm living, I'm a mouse. And all I got is time, got no meaning, just a rhyme. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause I likes to steal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. I like to feel I'm half the man I used to be. And I feel there's a ball fades away. Yeah, I'm half the man I used to be. Half the man I used to be. I'm half the man I used to be. Feeling uninspired, think I'll start a fire. Everybody run, Bobby's got a gun. Think you're kinda neat, then she tells me I'm a creep. Friends don't mean a thing, guess I'll leave it up to me. Oh, take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause I likes to steal. Oh, take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. I like to steal. I'm half the man I used to be. I'm half the man I used to be. Oh, take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to steal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. I likes to steal, likes to heal, and I like to steal. I'm half the man I used to be. Feel as alone fades away. I feel as the dog fades away. Half the man I used to be. Boo-doo. All right.
Seemed like a whole man to me. Oh no, where'd half of Stever go?
All right. I'm all here. It's fine.
Don't worry. You can only see half of his body, but he's all there. Don't panic.
He's all there. Sure.
Sure he is.
Sure he is.
All right. Well, look at this. I'll go see. All right. So I've been kind of playing with this one for a few weeks now, and hoping to get better at it each time. And the other night I played it and did terrible. So we'll see if I can do a little bit better today. Oh my goodness. All right. So gonna 100% start right over. Okay. Up here in my tree, yeah. Newspapers matter not to me, yeah. No more crowbars to my head, yeah. Trading stories with the leaves instead. Wave to all my friends, yeah. They don't seem to notice me, no. All their eyes are trained on the streets, yo. Oh, sidewalk cigarettes and seeds. Turn, turn. Up here so high that I stop so high, I just hold one breath is here within my chest, just like an innocence. And he's down in his heart. Oh, the blue sky, it's his home. Oh, where does blue sky home? Oh, the blue sky, it's his home. I remember well, yeah. I swore I knew everything. Oh, but yeah. They say knowledge is a tree. Yeah. It's growing up just like me. Yeah. I'm so light that the wind he shakes. I'm so high in the sky, I scrape. I'm so light, I just hold one breath and go back to my nest, sleep with the innocence. Up here so high in the boughs, they break. Up here so high in the sky, I scrape. I had both eyes peeled wide open, and then I got a glimpse of my innocence. Got back my innocence. Baby got it, still got it.
Damn it, Drew.
There we go.
At this rate, you're gonna be fucking like playing fucking coffee shops and shit. And we could.
Hey,
we can
I've
do,
done a couple
we can
open
do
mics.
Drizzle Steve 4.
Listen,
Let's
Drew
go.
and I match today.
Oh, you are.
Yay! Woo! Where's your hat? Where's your matching hat?
I have a matching hat. You know.
I'm sure you
it.
do. You always
He
have
does.
good hats.
Leo,
I have
Leo,
to.
Leo has one too.
I have to
Shit,
tell
man,
you
I cut this far off.
something.
Oh, and Leo has one too?
Yeah.
Leo has a matching hat.
Yes, he does.
After we had our conversation the other day and we were talking about possums, I'm driving.
yeah.
I picked Steve up and we're driving up the hill at home, and a fucking possum runs out and then like hesitates and like goes back the way it came. So like obviously, you know, no possums were harmed. And I'm like, I was just talking to Drew about possums earlier. It was just so weird. I was like, oh my God.
Like just saying, man, I haven't seen very many possums. Like, oh, there they are.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Oh my god.
Just talk about them and they'll show themselves. That's how.
That's it. The simulation will present itself.
I know, right? There's a
Like,
glitch.
oh wait, we haven't shown them enough possums. Put some possums down. Put some possums down.
I gotta tell Donna, you that is the wrench in my room is standard equipment. Okay, everybody gets one.
Yes, we believe.
It's like mandatory wrenching. You must moderate.
We believe that everybody should have the same.
We believe everything in moderation, man.
Everybody should have the same ability.
All right, Drew's getting creative with the chat skis. Yeah. And I think that's true. Don't you agree that like the mopey STP songs are like the fucking best ones? That
They're the only really. They're like one of the only bands that I'm like, okay, I can get in like Audio Slave and stuff. I can't stand any of those like kind of. But for some reason, I just can't get into STP. Even that shitty song "Sour Girl." I don't even like that song, but it's a good song, and every time it comes on, I listen to it. I'm like, dang it, why do I like this song?
Because they are like they're a punchy little fucking rock band with great tone, great playing, great arrangement. They're a good fucking band. That's why they're good. That's why you can't like deny the songwriting is fucking speaks for itself. That fucking Plush and all these different songs, like fucking
that's a good song. Yes,
excellent tunes. Even if you can't stand it because it's all whiny and mopey or whatever, it's fucking brilliant.
The lyrics are always so deep too.
Yes,
they're very very intellectual things. It's like I used to take for granted a lot of the groups that were like really good that I thought, and I go back and I listen to their lyrics and stuff. Now I'm like, there's no thought involved in this. They're really not much going on now that I'm starting to understand how a lot of this works. And I go back and I listen to other groups where I'm like, oh, wait, they're incredible. Oh, yeah. I guess I missed that.
I did that with so much music, dude, as a kid, like just dismissing it out of hand without paying attention. Like,
oh, it's a stuffy love song.
Oh, this is a stupid, Elton John, okay, for instance, just him in for instance, like I knew he was a good player, wrote good songs, was a really solid fucking musician and everything, and the songs are all excellent, like Bad Man, Across the Water, and all the early songs, so excellent. But I just like when Tiny Dancer came out, I'm like, oh, that's just fucking pop. That's fucking garbage. That song is fucking brilliant, dude. That song is just money from start to finish. It's arranged beautifully. The lyrics are incredible. Everything about that song is perfect. And I, as a young man, 10 years old, 11 years old, when it was on the radio, was like, this is fucking garbage. I'm not that. It took me until I'm like 45 years old to realize, no, you fucking dipshit. That's fucking money. That's fucking gold. These guys got it going on. That's a badass song. And it took fucking Almost Famous to show me them singing on that scene on the bus when they're like singing along to Tiny Dancer. That's the fucking moment I got it. I was like, oh shit, what a doofus I am. Like I love that. I love like learning so things.
Many groups that I've learned now that I'm like, yeah, I don't like the music, but the talent that is involved with making those songs are so far more advanced than I ever gave credit for. I mean, I always thought like Steve Miller, like the stuff in Steve Miller was really simple. And I started listening to some of the solos. I'm like, oh, these are much more complex than I gave them credit for. I'm trying to think of the song it was the other day. Rosanna. I was going to try and learn to play Rosanna.
Yeah, try to learn a Toto song, bro.
Turns out that's an entire orchestra, and there's no freaking way as one person can make it justified.
It's like that message in a bottle I just showed you. Like that song just sounds like a kind of reggae sort of song. It's just, it's the Police. It's like, what is it? Three-piece band like making that song. But then when you try to play it, you're like, oh, fuck, this is not a fucking joke. Right? So it's complex. It's that, dude. Toto is one of those bands where you can be like, fucking in Africa and all these fucking Rosanna and all these different songs are like just kind of, they seem like they're in the same class as some of the like soft rock pop radio from the 70s, but they're levels deeper. Like musically, they're really sophisticated. Like all of their songs are super sophisticated. Like Steely Dan, for instance, is another band like that. It seems simple on the surface. It seems like, it's just a basic thing, but there's so much complexity to like slight chord voice changing and just like all these different little tricks and blues things in there and jazz chords and stuff that you got to know to just even attempt to play them. You know what I mean? That's the cool part about learning about music, is it's like, oh damn, that song that I thought was just a fucking goofy little song is actually really deep and really fucking a lot to fucking retain in your brain. You know what I mean? To try to get it, just to play it, for people, and try to remember all the lyrics and all the changes and the arrangement of the song. Some songs are just like, I'm still trying to fucking play Let It Grow by the Grateful Dead, dude. Like I can't keep it all in my fucking brain. I'm like, I want it.
Well, don't worry, Donna. I don't mind.
It'll come eventually. Like if you work at it, like I said, that fucking right? How hard was that when I first started?
Right. You're already playing it faster than you were when you were showing me earlier.
Well, yeah, no, I can play it faster. I'm trying to play it at tempo, but it's
at the right speed. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just a reggae. It's a reggae. Like that, kind of those changes. But
well,
yeah,
I'll let Donna know. I'm just for reference. As long as you're not spamming and trolling, you're allowed to put down links of people. We're always trying to build the community. As long as it's positive people saying and doing positive things, we love more people. We can't all be streaming 24/7. So if you know somebody that's got some great music that we may have never heard of, I'm not above suggestions. So
that's amazing. Donna Yu says my first concert was Johnny Cash. The last one was Snoop. I'm like, fuck yeah. That's the shit. Johnny Cash for your first concert. My first concert was Don McLean. Bye Bye Miss American Pie.
I went to Journey and Foreigner.
Journey and Foreigner, hell yeah. I saw Journey.
Foreigner, my first actual big known concert.
I saw Journey, Foreigner, Triumph, and ZZ Top at a rock Super Bowl in Florida, Tampa, Florida, and that was like my fifth concert, I think, fourth or fifth.
When was that?
82, 83.
Wow. See, now that was before me. That was before I existed.
I saw the Dead that year too. I saw a lot of concerts in 83 and 84, 85, 86, 87. I'm old. But I did say
that. Donna said she followed the Dead for a while. Maybe you guys accidentally walked past each other at one point in time.
Probably have. I think of that all the time. I meet so many people like, oh yeah, I was at RFK that day when they busted out the Dark Star or fucking Nassau Coliseum or whatever. I'm like, yeah, me too. It's like, it's so weird if you could just like freeze time for a second to see where you were, like on a Google map or something, where the other person is that you're talking to was on the lot at that very moment. You know what I mean? They could be standing right next to you or somewhere else, That would be fucking really cool.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Play back the film.
A lot of little small concerts, but my first really big concert, I was 12 years old, and my mother took my sister and I to Woodstock 99.
Oh,
nice.
Snap. At 12.
At 12. Guess what? They just left me. I was walking around by myself 80% of the time. My mom and sister kept disappearing, and they just kept leaving me by my lonesome. Oh. And I just walked around and got trashed.
Oh my God. My mom would have never let me go to Woodstock.
It was amazing. I watched all of that insanity go down. I watched it.
I saw a lot of crazy shit, like way younger than I should have probably too, but 12 years old at Woodstock 99, dude, that's wild because I know people that went to Woodstock 99. I have two friends specifically, one Big Russ who's not here anymore, and my other boy Stan, who like raged that weekend, made untold fucking millions. You know what I'm saying? They fucking crushed it. And then they're like, the place, they burned the fucking place down. They were telling us the story when they came back. And then it was all on the news. And they were like, what the fuck? Crazy.
It was so weird because, I mean, everything had gotten pretty wild by the third day. Everybody there were the shit versus the mud people. So the people were standing by the porta-johns, like chucking shit at the people that were standing near the water that was coming out of the like lemonade stands and stuff. Right. And so they were just sitting there picking up gobs of mud and crap and throwing it at each other. And they're all high as hell. And they're doing snow angels in the poop water. And like, it had gotten really wild on that third day. And when they handed out those candles for the candlelight vigil, it was like, what were you thinking? Like, everybody there was so far gone by that point.
Biggest rookie move ever.
I had just bought new shoes to go to the concert. And when my mom and I and my sister went to listen to Dave Matthews, and we were crowd surfing to try and get closer. As they thought that somebody told us, just try and crowd surf, you'll get closer. And so they threw us all up on top, my mom, my sister, and I. And as I'm going, some kid rips my shoe off and throws my shoe. And the only upside to it was it hit Dave Matthews. I was like, no, my shoe. And he hucked it. And it literally spun up over and like hit him right in the side of the leg as he was sitting there playing guitar. Yeah. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, now he's going to, like, that was crazy. But I get up there. So I walked around for 2 days with one shoe on as well. So that was quite interesting.
That's awesome.
Like,
they had a stand there that had, they were like painting.
My shoe's the one who hit him.
It's like, did anybody happen to grab that shoe off of Dave? Like, Dave, you got my shoe, bro?
Right?
I'll meet you at the
Lost and Found. I got all the way to the front. I got to the front, but they just walk you down to the end of the stage and send you back out into the mess.
That's so fucking
See, my favorite part was I was 12 and they had a body painting booth. And women were just sitting there in these barber chairs and stuff, getting their boobs painted. And I'm just this 12-year-old kid just sitting there.
Yeah.
I know, that was anytime there wasn't music playing, I was watching boobies.
yeah, dude. Right on. I mean, that's like that's just the coming of age experience for the fucking record books, dude. You lived through a battle. That's fucking great.
I remember when Rage Against the Machine first started playing that day. There was barely anybody standing at the stage. I was like standing there waiting for them, and I'm like standing there, and I had just got the Evil Empire album just shortly before that.
You were on the rail
waiting. Too young to even be listening to that, but I loved Rage Against the Machine, so I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And I stood right there, and I just looked at what's his name, bass guitar player.
That's fucking crazy. So
I just sat there right there front, right up against and the whole time I'm getting pushed in. I'm a little kid getting pushed over the cage and stuff. But I'm like, I don't even care. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened.
Hell yeah.
Oh, who was it? Fat Boy Slim wasn't big at that time. He wasn't big enough. And so they had him in one of the small, they had him in the indie stage and on a late night stage. And when I walked in at first, there was like nobody there. So I'm like sitting there and there's like a bunch of people just tripping their faces off and they're just going nuts listening to this stuff. And I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. I'm like, I didn't even know I liked this guy.
That's awesome. What a fucking cool fucking first show.
Shoot.
I went to see Don McLean at the Warwick Musical Theater with my friend Dave Hinault. And I believe I was 11. And then a few years later, I went to see the Grateful Dead in Providence with my cousin Ralphie. He also took me to Kiss between that. And it was Kiss, like what the Kiss Alive 2 inside album cover looks like with the fucking elevators and the fire and everything. That's the show. And like you could stand out at the back of the room and feel the heat from the fire. It was insane, bro.
I like that one.
We have groovy hoods.
I don't know if you're as good of a model as the mannequin head.
I know Tammy
the
is
creepy ass mannequin head.
Tammy is,
I love that.
She is special, bro.
Like
it's all.
Okay, wait. I have to tell you something.
Sparkly.
I was in my town in real life, and somebody comes up to me and goes, I love the hoods. I've been seeing how you've been posting them on Facebook, and I love them. They look so good. And said something about my model. And I said, I'm like, you mean the mannequin head? Oh, they thought it was a real person. They thought Tammy existed.
Tammy.
What are you? It's crooked on your head.
I don't
Steve.
know how to do it. Okay, I'm not experienced with the warlock sheep. Okay,
That one's like Rasta.
yeah, man.
This one's rainbow checkerboard.
It's all rainbow.
Is that what it is? Rainbow checker?
Yeah.
I can see the red and yellow and green. That's all like, oh, there we go. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
They're
black
so
inside.
warm.
These are fucking amazing.
Oh my god. And then this one. These are the new ones that haven't even gone up on the website
This
yet.
hasn't even gone up on nothing yet.
That one is psychedelic mushrooms. It reminds me of like
Check it
bowling
out.
alley carpet.
It's all mushroom.
Doesn't it remind you of a pattern that you would have in like the bowling alley?
It's mushrooms.
Yeah, like on the carpeting or the walls or something. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. It's like,
Like,
it's like a bad Vegas trip. Like, is the wallpaper
But
mushrooms, bro? What the fuck?
And I know it's gonna look really cool under black light. I have to get some pictures of it in the black light.
And then, of course, if you're a Teletubby,
That's not a
There's some-
Teletubby. That's a bear.
roar,
That's a size small
Roar.
though. That's more for
roar.
I mean it fits adult, but it will also fit a child. I like Drew's reaction to you in the bear.
Hola,
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
If you were a Teletubby, that's
Okay. And
That one's,
one more. This one is the hip one.
This one is not yours, though. That's
It's not mine though.
Nope.
I'm
I
putting
made
it on my head.
another of the same. You have to pull it down in the back. You're
I'm
wearing it.
trying. And
Ooh, I like that.
it's all Grateful Daddy, Grateful Daddy, Grateful Daddy. And it's black on the inside. I got one with that's like blue on the inside because I'm such a Democrat, you know. Not at all.
Oh, you just show the one that I wear. I haven't.
Oh yes, we haven't shown enough of them because we should show more.
Hey, look.
I like this one too.
Ooh, I do too.
Who's
I like
got-
the dancing skeletons.
Meh.
Here's our couch pillow. Still, we still use it all the time.
I love that.
Me and Steve-O riding Gyarados.
I love it.
It's perfect. Okay.
Whatever. You know it's not a show without me showing.
Yes, I know you have to show your wares. I understand.
You know
These
you're
are-
not gonna get any pushback from me.
All right. Well, you know, this has been a lot of fun, and let's do it again. And
I say so. I liked earlier.
Ah,
You were the hippie and I was the hipster. So maybe if we do it again, we'll have to say the hipster and the hippie or something.
absolutely.
Lucky for your art.
And
Because we definitely bring two completely different styles of music, different styles of playing. I
Oh,
mean, and you're obviously exponentially better than me at this point. So, so it gives me an opportunity to hear you and see what you're doing, and it allows me to learn. Every time I watch somebody else play, I learn a little bit, and it helps out exponentially. And as I said, you know, man, you were here for me when I first got started. You gave me all kinds of pointers to get my game rolling, to get me into the world of guitar, and now I'm sitting here. I've got 3 guitars in this room. I got 3 different bass guitars, a miniature one for the kid. I got a 4-string and a 5-string. I've got 3 electric guitars. I've got 2 more acoustics upstairs. We've got ukuleles now, dulcimers. We've got 3 drum sets, tambourines. We've got all the different and now the kids are involved, and it's like it went from just like me picking up guitar from you to being able to pass it along to my kids. And now you watch my son, he's 11 years old and he's a sponge. He just, I show him something and he can do it.
Yeah.
I show him something, he does it. He doesn't even have to think about it. Like he can play Incubus Drive. The other night, I pulled out the sheet music and I started to play, and he's like, "Here, do it like this." I'm like, oh, "Son of a gun, he's really getting good at this."
He'll
And
probably
it really
surpass
shocked me.
you because that's how children are, bro. They just fucking soak it up.
I can't wait to see it.
Like I
I'm
say that all
sorry, I can't wait to see you suck it, Drew, but I can't wait to see you suck it because like that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's great to see when your kids fucking do it better than you, man.
That's
Is
it.
like the shit.
that's what all I can hope for is like just be better than me.
Yeah.
I can teach you all the wisdom and information I have, but you're going to learn as you go through life, and life changes. So take what I teach you and just become better than me. Just be better than me.
That's the thing is like, and when you're a child like that, having time set aside to make you play music better and better, you get better really fast. And if you keep doing it until you're a fucking old fucker like me, you know what I mean? You'll be fucking incredible. It's just starting young is really fundamental to actually performing music for people later down the road. To have enough time to learn all the different techniques is basically what it is.
I wish I could find it right now in the moment, just because I know I'm not going to be able to find it. I'd have to ask them. But we get a letter home on Friday from the school, and it's an office referral letter. And I'm like, son of a gun, I got so many office referrals as a kid. All I did was get in trouble. And so when my son walks in, he goes, "I got an office referral." And he says it in kind of a weird way. And I'm like, okay, he doesn't sound nervous. Usually when he's done something wrong, he's scared to tell me. Mom has to be like, "All right, tell dad what you did, and don't you beat around the bush. You tell him what you did." And so he comes in and he's all goofing on me. Hold on. Go play. Jesus. They're like attacking each other behind the couch. Like,
This little demon's under his couch.
yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, Drew.
No, that was he's
Your
like,
couch, your
"If you
couch
could,
has an
Ray, go
issue.
do something. Go
Okay?
lay down." Yeah, well, so Malachi gets this letter home. It's from the principal and the teacher, and I'm like, "Oh crap, here we go." He's like, "Here." He hands me a piece of paper. It goes, "Malachi, he's one of two boys in the school choir right now. He decided he wanted to join choir." I was like, "Hey, that's where I met all the pretty girls who got good grades and were nice and was able to be associated with people that weren't dummies like me." And I was like, "Try it out." And so he went into chorus this year, and we get this letter home that says, "He has been such a great student. He's got a great heart, great spirit. He's excellent at hitting notes. He's musically talented. He just seems to understand music. He's the lead vocalist in his tone vocal range." Like, holy cow. I'm like, I was like, oh, feeling my dad ego just filling up. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I finally I get to look at a note home from the principal, and it doesn't say your kid's a dummy who got in trouble. It says he's an excellent, nice kid who follows the rules and is excelling at what he's trying to do. Like, that's awesome. Like, oh, I love this.
Hell yeah, dude. That encouraging them to play music is fucking huge.
I got those kind of calls from the principal when my daughter was in school. She's going to be 20 in December. And I remember, like, they would always be like, "Everything is fine. We're not calling because," you know what I mean? Like, it's not,
you think
she
something
didn't
bad.
do anything wrong.
school's
We're
calling,
not,
oh, fuck.
yeah. And so, like, I got used to getting those calls. But yeah, I would get those from the principal sometimes, and I would just be like, wow, that's a really proud parent moment. And it's something that stays with you as a parent. Like, it makes you, like, you know what I mean? Like, that positive reinforcement, like, it helps with us too. It helps us know, like,
I did something right.
We did right. We did something right. You know, like, we need that and positivity and that encouragement in life a lot. You know,
I'm not making a dummy, am I?
you know, like, we need that throughout our lives. And it's such a good thing that they took the time to, like, not only acknowledge that for him, like it's huge for him, and it's huge for you too. You know what I mean? But, like, it really, and it it sets an example of something.
It makes you feel good, and it's really good positive reinforcement for being good and for doing good and singing good. That's fucking money, dude. I love that all day.
That's it.
Beautiful.
I'm so happy. It's like it really did. It brought me joy. I'm like, man, I'm glad that this is how it's turning out. So
Hell yeah.
It's just
well,
it's
like you
always,
said, I'd say
always
you know.
good. So good
Well,
to hear that.
well, how about this? 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like I said, hey, I was like, we'll go 20 minutes and we'll see what happens. Well, we added 15 more. So you get an extra 15 minutes of our beautiful supermodel faces.
That's right. And wonderful hoods available at luckyburritoart.com.
And many other awesome pieces. There's different jewelry and different dishes. I got my little dish that I still use every day that you sent me. I got my magnets. I got, we've got all kinds of awesome stuff. So make sure you get on over there to Lucky Burrito Art and pick something out and support the channel and support our friends and support the community. And remember, we're all stronger together. Positivity builds community. So
hell yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody, and
Thanks,
have a great night.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Love y'all.